Good morning, Warriors. Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. This is a great day, as every day is. Hope you guys had a nice weekend. I actually have a day off today, so today is Columbus Day. And it is October 10th, 2022. Hope you guys are doing well. I want to first thank you, man. Oh man, there's so many people commenting and subscribing. We're up to almost 700 now. That's great to hear. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and spend a few minutes here before we get into our topic to kind of thank people and kind of comment on things. We have a lot of people who are making comments, and I got about 15 different topics now I want to cover. So let me kind of just go through some of the thank yous, Sue. So OJ Air Maxes changed their name, I think, to A Burrito. So a great topic on is sexual retention a cheat code for men. I like that. So we're going to talk about that a little bit one day. Enrique Guerrero, thank you for this, Mr. Sub Commander. Thank you for your subscription. Social media is not your friend on semen retention. We're going to talk about that. Jakana Ara, thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. Jawad up to 45 days. Thank you, Jawad. Leveling up to 202 days. Wonderful. Thank you as well. Dex, thank you. Jihad, thank you. Eduardo, I'm going to comment on one of yours today. So we'll kind of focus on that. Augustine saved 772 days. Congratulations, my friend. Noah Baker's at 100 days. Congratulations, guys. Keep going. And CV at 713. I know CV, I commented on his comment the other day. And guys, you know, it is just it's a lifestyle. So no matter what day you're at, continue going forward and just kind of doing it. Mike Nunnigan, thank you for your comment. Jaden, Billy, thanks for subscriptions. My Mayic 222, thank you. Mountain Wolf, thank you. And a bunch of different comics we're going to have. We have a bunch of different ones coming as I'm reading my list here. We'll do, Eduardo had a couple comments. A Burrito had one I wanted to kind of focus on a little bit. But thank you guys so much for your comments. We got a bunch we got to catch up with as well. I got about 15 of them on my list here. So we'll do one day at a time here and just kind of keep doing it. But please keep sending things in because you guys create a lot of good topics. All right, so our topic for today, Eduardo had a couple of these. I thought one quote he made to me was very funny. He was talking about in his situation, his country, the monks can't even go into monk mode. And I'm going to do a separate video on it. That's a good one. The monks cannot even do monk mode, which I would say is probably pretty accurate compared to what we see in society nowadays. I'm a strong Catholic person and Christian person, and go to church and gone to church for years, and I'm just not happy with what the church has done myself, and a lot of the stuff that we see in the churches are not very good when it comes to these type of behaviors. So it is not good. I agree with you there, and a lot of the monks are having trouble with monk mode. We'll talk about that one separately. But the one that he had that I liked a lot, we had a couple questions on this, so let's talk about this a little bit too. He focused on the idea of the beast, because I did a couple videos on the beast. Now, this is a good point he's making because I want to bring it out a little bit. He's asking whether the beast is traditionally been called evil. When we talk about Beauty and the Beast, it's kind of looked upon, even in the cartoons and the movies and things like that, as a negative type of image. This beast we're talking about. And I probably should have clarified this a lot as I was talking about this, but the beast inside of you is your natural being. And it doesn't mean that all men are bad because we have the beast in there. And it doesn't mean the beast is in bad intentions. I think Eduardo brings up a very good point, is that the beast is important. Let me say why the beast is important. Just like any kind of species, you need to have the male, especially if you're going to continue that species, you're going to need the male to do a few things. One, that male has to be able to provide the seed to allow the species to continue, all right? And two, that male needs to be able to protect, be strong enough to be someone that's going to be able to protect, gather the food, whatever it might be, gather and build the houses, all those kind of things, because the other gender, females, They have a lot of other purposes, but those are not their strengths. I mean, having strong females, you don't see very many strong females that can compare to males, just because it's the way the Lord put us together. And the same thing comes when the females are the ones who are having the children. And I know we hear about a lot of all this stuff going on in society with different roles, but that really is not changed according to what the Bible is talking about all the time. So the thing is that the females really the ones having the children. The males are the ones who basically are the ones who need the seed. So the seed, my friend, is what's important. If you, in another instance, now look at cats and dogs, and if you neuter these animals, the males especially, then they become very docile. And so they don't become very strong. And so as you neuter animals, and I know people do that because they don't want to have a large number of animals and things like that, but the male is not protective then. The male becomes very docile. And you cannot have that in a society where males need to protect the society. This is what happens. This is a recipe for invasion. I don't care if you're talking about a country, a people, a town, whatever it might be. If the men are too weak, you cannot have people who are going to support and save and protect and gather and build things for a community. That doesn't happen. And so what ends up happening is you look at males, and males need to be strong, and they need to be able to have that seed to be able to move on. And so even though we talk about these terms, we're talking about those two major things. So getting back to what Eduardo said, when you're really talking about the crux of what he's talking about, the beast is necessary in a male because we need to have that ability to be strong, to be out there and be that quasi animal. Now remember, I talked about the beauty and the beast, and so the beauty, the women are trying to kind of subdue the men to the point where it's kind of a balance, and maybe sometimes moreover, right? That they're trying to subdue you, and this is why the energy becomes important. However, you cannot get to the point we have now in society. We have too many beta males who are just losing their energy left and right, who are becoming simps, beta males who don't really know how to stand up and be strong. And that's a recipe for disaster in any kind of society. That's where all the societies fell apart. You look at the Roman Empire, you look at what God was doing to Sodom and Gomorrah and the Babylon. But far before that time, what was happening is the males were not strong. Even the Roman Empire, they became weak because of all the lascivious behaviors that took control. And they could not control themselves. And all you got to do is, I noticed again taking the train this morning, just people staring at you and looking at you because you are a rare commodity. Now, this wasn't always the case when I was growing up. I mean, you really had a lot of, to my mind, strong men who were able, in my opinion at least, self-control better. Maybe it's because of the internet, because of people, porn and all that kind of stuff is so much readily available now. But I don't remember. Maybe it's because I was smaller. I don't remember as much of this when I was growing up. But now what you have is you have a lot of weak males who think it's normal to be weak and to release their energy. And guys, it is not normal in my opinion. And I think this is why we talk about this beast, and it's not a negative connotation, not a negative term. The beast is something that is strong. The beast is something that cannot defend and attack if they have to. This is the key, that they have to attack. They don't have to attack all the time. You don't want somebody as a beast who's abusing women or abusing people and treating them as objects. No. You want a male that's going to be dominant, but someone who can actually control the behaviors. And guys, if you're able to control if you're able to control the idea that you're going to be strong, and you're going to go ahead and say those type of things and do those type of things that are strong as a male, the females will respond to that because they're looking for that type of stuff. They're looking to have someone who is strong, who is someone who really needs to protect them, and a masculine male who is dominant. And this is something that you got to become. Now, it took me many, many years to understand this. So I'm 61, moving towards 62 pretty soon in 8-9 months. But the thing is, you want to go ahead and realize You can't be that weak male. I understand what they're talking about. People are upset about toxic masculinity and all this other stuff going on. It's a big illusion. Females want males who are stronger. This is why they're doing all kinds of other behaviors. They have to take up the roles, or they have to work all kinds of jobs. They have to do these, raise the kids by themselves, because the males are not strong males. If a female found a strong male, this would be no question at all. And I've seen it thousands of times. But when they talk about where the good men are, it's partly the fault of society, women and men together, because the men have allowed this to happen, and the females are pushing this in their new movements and things that they've had over the years. But the beast is something that does two things. The beast will say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and, I want to procreate. So they will find women, and they will be leaders of that situation, and take control of that situation. The males and the females, on the other hand, they expect that type of thing. A lot of times they're not expecting to make the first move, even this modern day type of thing. A lot of females sit at home waiting for a strong man, and they can't find one, and so what ends up happening is they kind of get desperate, and they just find any kind of beta male they can find. And there's a lot of simps out there they'll do whatever they want, but they have no respect. They're not interested in that. They're not fantasizing about that kind of stuff. They're looking at someone who is taking control, who's dominant. And that hasn't changed and will never change. No matter what people say and what they do. They want to convolute the issue by doing and saying different things, but that's not really the case. And that's not really what's happening. So when we go back to the beast again, Eduardo, a great question you're mentioning. We get back to the beast. The beast is something that is not evil, not good. I mean, obviously, if Satan's inside of you and doing things, that's a different story. But the basic nature of a man is what I'm talking about here. And the basic nature of a man is someone who is strong, someone who's going to go ahead and kind of take control of situations, be leaders, and have self-control along with that. With that great power comes a great responsibility, like the old Spider-Man character said. You have to be able to be that leader that people want you to be. And that starts with controlling yourself. If you're able to control yourself, if you're able to go ahead and do those type of things that make you that strong beast, then that's what you need. And I guess I call it beast because so many people are the other way right now. So many men I talk to and look at, they're just weak. I have a group that I get together with, and those males are strong, but very, very, you don't see it very often. You don't see people, even in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, that have high testosterone levels to the point where at least they're able to move. I mean, obviously testosterone lowers as it gets older, but there's things you can do, and obviously retention is one of those things you can do to keep that glow, that idea. But there's no reason why men, because they can procreate up to the day they die, there's no reason why men can't be strong. Women, there's another, the society thing is one thing, but the men also contribute to that, and we do, by releasing our energy all the time, but not being strong, not controlling ourselves. And we had a whole number of years of the, me movement, the caring about me, being selfish, but not actually looking at the idea of that's hurting us in the long run. And I think that's what's really important to kind of look at. So again, a great topic Eduardo talks about, and I'll go into this a little bit more when we talk about monk mode tomorrow and the monks who can't be on the monk mode. So I like that. I like that comment. But the thing is that idea is that let the beast out, my friends. Cultivate the beast. It's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing to be a beast. You have to protect, whether it's your family, your community. You have to be there for protection. You also have to be there to try to make sure that you move the population forward, and you're able to go ahead and continue the population. And you need to have your seed there when that happens, when that need is. And I think those are the two things that are really important. So, all right, my friends, I want you guys to have a great day today. I'm going to kind of move ahead and get some things done. And we'll talk with you guys soon, probably tomorrow. But God bless you guys, and each one of you guys keep battling on. Once again, thank you so much for all these comments and all these things that you guys are sending in. I appreciate it a great deal. and continue to battle on. God bless you guys, and battle on, my friends. Battle on!